So I'm sitting on a 2018 Polaris Sportsman 570, and this bike was in limp mode. And the problem, which puts it into limp mode, is the throttle safety switch. Now, there's a couple of bikes now I've seen the same problem with, and it all has to do with the safety switch inside the throttle assembly and the two resistors that are in behind the four-wheel drive switch that are part of the assembly. That's where the problem lies that puts it into limp mode. So this one, whenever I took the cover off, there was moisture inside. I don't know how it gets in there. It's completely sealed. And the same with the other one I had worked on, I think it was 2 years ago. It was the same thing. I took that off. It was full of moisture. Okay. Where the resistors are inside there, it's sealed up with like kind of an epoxy. I don't know if the moisture gets in past that. It was all cracked all the way around, so maybe that's what causes it to frig up. Anyway, the resistors, whenever I tested it, it was an open circuit. So one resistor was dead and nothing was going through it, no current. So that's what made it go into limp mode. So I'm going to show you how I fix that temporarily, because I do have this part on order. And I'll show you how I fix that to just get this bike going again just for now. So I'm looking through this pile of resistors here to find two with the same values as what I need in there. I figured if I just change both resistors, put good ones in, it should give the computer the value it needs to not throw a code on and throw it in limp mode. So I'm just going through here, and I'm using a multimeter to test each one. And I'm looking for 2.15 kilo ohms. So that's the value of the one that was good in the set. So if I can find one 2.15, that'll be one of them. Then I'll have to figure out what the other one's supposed to be, because whenever they're both in play, it's 6.76 kilo ohms it's supposed to show. So that's not the size of the resistor though. So I know one for sure is 2.15. It's the other one I got to figure out. 4.68, a little too big. 0.11, too small. 1, a little too small. 0.56, too small. Oh, I hope I find one. I got a good pile of them here though. 1. 26, way too big. Doesn't even show. 1.21, close. Oh, 2.67. That might almost work. It's only 0.10 or so ohms off. All right, so I'm going to keep that one aside. Anyway, I'm going to keep looking through them and see if I can find one closer than that. But if nothing else, I'll try that one. So I think I got it figured out here now. I found two resistors that are pretty close to the same values as what was in there. Now, one of them I couldn't figure it out, so I just I went what the total resistance was supposed to be, 6.76 minus the at idle resistance, so that came up to 4.6 kilo ohms. So that's what I found in a resistor. Like they're pretty close to that. So I rigged it up here, kind of like it's wired in the bike, so I can simulate, pressing the throttle or not pressing the throttle. So sitting at idle, the two contacts and the thing is closed, so that would be like pushing the switch here. So as you can see, it goes down to 2.18, which is pretty close to the 2.15 I need. And then with the throttle pressed, those contacts would be open, so the switch is not pressed. It comes up to 6.82, which is pretty close to the 6.76. So I think it's close enough to try it in the bike. Like I can just kind of wire this up. I don't have to put it all back together. Just wire it up a little bit and see if it stays out of limp mode. So I got this just sitting here for now, no cover on it. And what I did was I took the 2 terminals here for the throttle safety out of the plug-in, so I could plug it back in and still have the 4-wheel drive switch. So then the 2 wires that come off those resistors, I just stuck into the plug-in like that. So anyway, it's hooked up. Let's see if it works. All right, engine light's still on, but let's see if this works. Seems good. It's not in limp mode anymore. Well, it worked. Maybe the engine light will clear, or could unhook the battery, clear it, see if it comes back on, and what code would pop up. But so far, this here worked, and it's out of limp mode. So just 2 little resistors fixed it.